no one cares about politics right now. The whole country is focused on the coronavirus and addressing it and getting through it. And the presidential election is going to hinge as a referendum on whether Donald Trump did a good job or a bad job in addressing the coronavirus the pandemic that we face. Full stop.
Yeah, and in your latest piece, Steve, you've highlighted that his presidency is not over yet and that his re-election chances are still very much intact. Can you elaborate more on that?
Sure. Well, I think going into the election, it was a toss-up to a very, very tiny favor for Trump since he won. He just had to repeat what he did to be reelected. He had a strong economy behind him. That's all over now. You would have to say if the election were next week, that Joe Biden would probably win because of how bad the economy is doing and how little and slow the response was. But look, a week is a lifetime in politics. The election's about 34 weeks away. If the economy comes back, if the virus has been contained, if things start to get back to normal, Donald Trump will run on his record of having gotten the country through it, and maybe he could win. So we really need to see what happens in the next 34 weeks. Are we going to be in a recession? Are we going to be in a depression? Are 1 million Americans going to have died? Or are we going to be much better off than those dire scenarios, in which case Trump will run on his record in addressing the coronavirus?
Right, but depression seems to be the overarching rhetoric at this point in time, Steve. If you go by predictions made by Goldman Sachs, by Morgan Stanley, they're talking about 30% fall in economic activity for the second quarter of 2020. So it is going to be painful out there economically. My only question to you is, in that answer of yours, you highlighted a lot of ifs. So there are a lot of riders going into how he will be able to build his case to come back. Do you not see the road ahead being very bumpy for him? And that could perhaps tilt in favor of Joe Biden, who may not have had such a strong hand at the start of this election season, primarily because the underlying economy has worsened so much.
Oh, no, and that's exactly right. And that's why Biden, as you saw, is setting this up as a referendum on Trump. Trump was going to attack Biden. He wanted to make it a choice between himself and Biden. What was he going to do? He was going to talk about how Joe Biden was part of the swamp. He was going to talk about how old he was. He was going to talk about the Biden family. He was going to talk about Hunter Biden. Nobody cares about that now. And so this is not going to be a choice of an election between Trump and Biden. And that's what Trump wanted to do. That's how he wanted to frame the election. It is going to be a referendum on Trump. The Biden talk is exactly about that. What did Trump know? When did he know it? Did he act quickly enough? Is he doing everything appropriate? Is he listening to the scientists and the doctors and the medicine? Or is he watching the stock market and acting off of that like he did in that tweet today? That's Biden's strategy. And if Trump has a bad economy and hasn't handled it well, there's no question he's going to lose, but it's way too soon to call that.
Hi, I'm Emily Tan, and thanks for watching CNBC. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more. Thanks for watching.